People who have shortage consciousness relative to abundance have this flawed premise. They think that there's a finite pile of resources that are somehow being divided among you. And usually they think unfairly divided among you. They don't understand that the resources are exponentially expanding because of desire. They don't understand that resources are about thoughts that have turned to resources. Think about your economy today and how no stuff's being trucked in. In other words, it's not being piped in from other planets. It's becoming resources as thoughts and ideas are turning to those resources. You are agreeing with that? So shortage consciousness about money is about, lack consciousness about money is about a misunderstanding of how there's a never-ending flow of all of it. And so when you feel the absurdity of that, it can make you feel more optimistic about it. But then you've got to put yourself in sync with the optimism that you found, which means you have to find ways of feeling good about that. And it is simply the process of speaking it and see how it feels, and speaking it and see how it feels. So let's say that the subject that you are working on is the subject of feeling more financially prosperous. And let's say that the current reality that you are living doesn't really support that to the degree that you would like to, that you feel limitations relative to your financial situation. And so if you are looking precisely at how much money you have, what your asset to liability relationship is, if you're looking at your income increase, in other words, if you are looking at reality and coming up with answers that you don't want to come up with, then those specific thoughts are holding you in a place you don't want to be, and even taking you further into a place that you don't want to be. So you know that's not the right approach. So by getting general about it, we mean statements like this, kind of an uncondition of it. The bank and the money in it is a condition. The way you feel is an uncondition. Negative or positive is an uncondition. Focusing on something that is finite is more of a condition. Humans have been talking about unconditional love for a long time, not realizing what it means. And we're talking about unconditional love, unconditional alignment, unconditional clarity, unconditional prosperity. We're talking about taking the reality that has you all balled up and in a disallowing mode out of the equation, which once you stop blocking the flow will come. Once you stop holding the cork under the water, the cork will float again. And so general statements such as, I like the subject of economics. I like the subject of economics. I like the idea of in and out. I like dollars flowing to me and through me to someone else. I like the flow of dollars. I like knowing that there is no waste, that I can't waste money because when I spend it, someone feeds their kids. I like knowing that I don't waste money because when I spend it, it's economics that someone else benefits from. I like dollars flowing through me. I like them flowing in and I like them flowing out. Just like breathing, I can feel the well-being of that. Now, were we general enough with those statements that it didn't bump up against anything that bothered you?
Yes.
I like the idea of prosperity. I like the feeling of prosperity. I like excellence. I like what money can do. I like when economics are focused in a particular area. I like the renewal of a city. I like the renewal of a neighborhood. I like the refurbishing of my own basement. I like the renewal of my own transportation. I like renewal. I like resourcing. I like flowing. I like abundance. I like understanding the never-endedness of abundance. So these are really general statements that you're not tripping over in any way because we didn't say anything that is problematic to you. You do like abundance. I like knowing that there is no waste. Now, this is an important one for you to rest on just for a moment. I like knowing that when I spend money, I'm contributing in a positive way. I like money flowing through me. I like the balance of money flowing through me. In and out, not out, 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 in, out, 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 in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Not even in, out. That doesn't feel good either, does it? Not in, can, please, 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 can I, please, please, please. No, in and out. Because the more you understand the in and outness of it, the more you understand that in the same way that the idea will flow to you, there's no shortage of ideas. There's just receptive mode and not receptive mode. So if you're not in the receptive mode, then you're saying, no ideas here. We say, yes, they're all around. They are being transmitted to you. You're just not receiving them because you're not in the receptive mode. You say, well, give me an idea and I'll be in the receptive mode. Get in the receptive mode and then the idea will flow. Just like, well, give me the money and then I'll feel prosperous. Feel prosperous and then the money will flow. You've got to find the mindset. You've got to find the vibrational stance. You've got to find the emotional stance in order to allow it to flow. And you can tell when you do. So whether it's clarity shortage or money shortage, doesn't matter what the shortage is. In every case, the shortage is caused by you, and don't be hard on yourself, by the beliefs you've picked up along your physical trail. Well, it's logical that if you're in an environment where people are worried about money, where they're telling you that you're wasteful, where they're conveying to you that if you utilize that resource or whatever it is, that you are squandering it or wasting it, because humans are accustomed to looking at things in a finite way. And yet, it's so interesting to watch your weather patterns and the way you create your floods and droughts. Because the water is proportionate to your desires and needs, but it flows sporadically because of your blocking it off and not allowing it to. And the abundance of dollars and the abundance of clarity, the abundance of ideas are the same. It's an individual thing, much more than you know. But you don't see yourselves as individual because you are so aware as you are looking out into the population of your world of what others are doing. We're just asking you to try a little bit, to think thoughts that feel better to you when you think them, and watch what happens to the prosperity that you begin to allow into your own experience.